share the link on the story too, I would think.
Tilt it down a little bit. Is it up?
Should be. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It says we're live.
Sweet.
Oh, turn your volume down on your phone.
Done.
But yeah, you should be able to go on your personal page and it'll come up and you can share the link. Do you have a bottle opener for your beer?
Nope.
It's okay. Well, I guess I don't need this mic, huh? Oh, we got 3 people here.
Is it all just our devices? Trying to figure out what
It's
we're
just
doing.
us.
Is anyone here?
Yeah, I'm one of them. If anyone's here that's not us, let us know. We lost a person.
That may have been me shutting my phone off. Sorry, we are trying to figure this out.
Well, we're on. Where do I get the share link? We got one chat. Sorry, we're just getting things set up here. Can you hear us?
John is texting me right now, snapping me right now. Where are you? Sorry, we're super late. Yeah, what is going on here? We're gonna talk bikes, I swear.
You didn't tag me in the story.
Sorry, I was going quick.
Plus, the link doesn't work. You didn't post it as a link. You just put it as text.
Let's try it again.
This is our first live stream, right? Did we do one before?
No, we've never done one.
We were just planning one at one point.
Share, copy link. For watching now, all the pressure's on. Sorry, guys. Shoot. What's up? Who's here? Got John, someone else? Just sending out direct links. Nothing is working. Except the
live stream
is working.
I'm just sharing the link right now, and then we'll talk to JT, and that's about it.
How do you have the live chat and I don't?
Well, it's on there.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Have you been on YouTube before? Oh, switch to your personal account.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's what I did. Are the tank tops still available? How do I add a link?
They are, but I mentioned a few times I'm gonna do like a jersey type tank top.
I need like a downhill jersey because I think I was the only person at Mountain Creek not wearing a jersey. And I feel like people thought I sucked at riding because I was wearing a t-shirt.
When I go to bike parks, I'm pretty okay in a t-shirt usually. But yeah, we should make a long sleeve jersey, but I agree. I very much want the tank tops. Like a jersey style tank top.
Yeah.
And John definitely reps us a lot. He's supposed to send me pictures of him doing the Margie in Marquette, wearing our tank top, but it was just like the cotton one.
Oh, I
Probably
thought
could
you-
have done the full 100-mile ride if he had like a jersey fabric on.
Yeah, plus you guys can play basketball then too.
Basketball, b-ball. All right. Here we go. Okay.
All right, we're 10 minutes in and we're almost have it figured out. I see a couple more people joined. Let us know who you are so we know. We're a little late on getting this started. Let us know if you can hear us too.
Yeah, how's the audio? I guess I could check on this.
Well, it worked on mine. You just get the feedback loop if you have it too loud.
All right. Yep, sounds good. Sounds decent.
We should have gotten Johnny to give us some pointers.
No kidding. Where's can I tag him in the chat?
No, I don't think he's here yet, which is surprising because I think he's our biggest fan. But he's the biggest fan of everybody, so
Everybody's
maybe he's like on
biggest
somebody
fan.
else's stream.
Johnny, what stream are you on right now?
I feel like we need to move this back just a little bit to get your full set in there.
Yeah. What is that?
We're in the Ace Bike Media hunting cabin. We're trying to get some bucks
Pretty much dead
or
batteries.
whatever.
Big buck hunter. Well, we have a jackalope up there that you can't see. It's a Timu jackalope. It didn't turn out as good as I thought it would. But you can see one Billy Bass. There's actually one more above me, and then
You
I
should
got
cover
two
the
more.
entire wall.
That's the idea. I told my dad, I said, buy every Billy Bass that you see at Goodwill. And he's like, why? I'm like, just it'll make sense someday.
They're getting harder to find.
Yeah. So yeah, I have 4 Billy Bass that need to go up on here. Yeah, we got beverages. We got Freddy's old fashioned root beer.
You know, in North Carolina, my dad ordered root beer one time and he called it root beer, but they don't understand that.
What do they call it?
Root beer.
Pretty good.
We have our first question. Are e-bikes good or bad?
Are e-bikes good or bad? Who's that? E-bikes good or bad? I think they're cool. I don't hate them as much as. Do you think I hate them?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I actually do like them. They are a lot of fun. I just don't know what the impact overall on the sport is going to be, and I think
Yeah.
that's something we'll probably talk about
Yeah.
because that's a big topic on my mind lately.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it could go in the opposite direction of bad, which is good, but it could be a good impact. I just think it depends on I think there's different aspects of the sport that it of different trails and stuff that it could make a good or a bad impact on.
Should we just get into that right off the bat?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? I was going to start on a good subject.
Well, we could start on a good one real quick.
Getting more people riding. Yes, getting more people riding, and especially dudes with knee injuries.
Right.
Totally get it. It does get more older people riding and people with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said at Winman when I saw a 10-year-old on an e-bike, I was like, that's it. Mountain biking's dead.
Yeah.
And it's not that kid's fault. It's not his dad's fault. It's cool that he can ride with his dad and keep up. But that kid will never, ever pedal a regular bike. And the only progression from there, he will only ride with kids with e-bikes. So right there, your friends only have a $4,000 buy-in. Or what I think is going to happen is he's going to stick on e-bikes, but he's going to progress to motocross. I think motocross is going to grow in the next 5 years. And I think mountain biking as a sport is going to dwindle because trails are being developed for e-bikes.
Yes.
And it's, a $2,000 good full suspension kids bike is no longer good enough. Your friends are either going to be on e-bikes or they're going to be on regular bikes.
Yeah, I get see that point, but I also know for myself, the first time like was 6 years ago that I was on a motorized bike, two wheel of any kind ever, like actually being the one riding it. And I rode a dirt bike for the first time like 2 months ago. And for me, I don't really have any desire to get on a dirt bike. Also, I'm not riding an e-bike though either, but
Yeah.
like that's the thing. Like, I don't know what draws that line in my mind. Like I'll get on a dirt bike once in a while,
Yeah.
but I'm not like itching to get out there and actually like pursue
Sure.
it the way I do mountain biking.
Well, I think we're so dedicated to the craft of bicycles
Yeah,
because
that's
we've
true.
been riding bikes together for a really long time. But
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I mean, not this very moment, but like on a nice day, there's more kids ripping around my town on e-moto bikes than there are on bicycles.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, that says those kids are never going to go down to a bicycle. They're only going to go up to a dirt
Yeah,
bike.
that makes sense. And I think just people in general, like I was talking to Carl about that, is like there's no market anymore for like just a general bike anymore. Like if you bought a bike that was like middle of the road and you bought it for say $600, you used to be able to resell it in good condition for like $150 or something. And those bikes are now worthless because nobody wants a regular bike just to ride around town anymore or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which that makes sense too.
Yeah, I don't know. E-bikes are definitely fun. Like, I do want one.
Yeah.
It scares me if I get one. I feel like I'm going to only ride that. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because all my friends, once they got e-bikes, they just were like, oh, it's just easier to take that out. It's like, I'm fit enough to pedal and I want to be.
Yeah, and I think that that's an interesting thing because you're definitely more into like the fitness side of it, whereas like I hate you every time we're doing an uphill or something, or as part of obviously like I know we're gonna get a good downhill or whatever out of it, but even for me, like I'm not big on the fitness part of it, but that's one thing that I know that if I have an e-bike, I know it's not easy to ride an e-bike necessarily. Like it's still work, but for me, even though I'm not big on the fitness side of it, I want to stay on a regular bike to keep my fitness up. Or just to be healthy, not necessarily like fitness, but
I have a feeling I would just do gravel bikes for fitness if I had an e-bike and probably just end up riding my e-bike all the time.
Are there e-gravel bikes?
There are actually.
Mm.
And I thought
That
about
makes
getting
sense.
one because I was like, man, because then my commute to work is 15 miles. I could do it like pretty easily.
Yeah.
I'm super sick of driving. So
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to actually like commute.
Yeah.
So
That's why, like, when I travel in my van, I get so nervous to park it, like, try to find parking, that I bring a e-scooter with me all the time and, like, take that, and it's awesome just to get places.
Mhm.
Can't take that on the trails, though.
Pedal assist e-bike versus throttle e-bikes. What do you think?
I think they're two totally different things. And I do think, even just from a safety perspective, like, they probably need separate places to exist, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the pedal assist e-bikes totally fine, but the throttle ones are the ones that you see kids on ripping around skate parks and stuff, and those are a problem. I don't think those kids realize like they're the only place you can legally
Mini bikes and people all the time just going anywhere in town.
Yeah.
Like I think like for a long time, like even for me, like I'm just scared to take that kind of stuff out on the road. But then I think people are just realizing it takes a lot for the police to really care when they got other things going on. It probably depends on where you are and if you're riding with a big group or something. But like if you see somebody on one of those like Surons or something going to the gas station, like what cop's gonna see that and be like, I need to go give that guy a ticket. Although it is a big issue in Charlotte because they kind of have a big scene for like 12 o'clock boys type stuff. And like young kids are like dying because they're going out on, dirt bikes or whatever and doing dangerous shit.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yep.
If you're ditch banging to get to the gas station, that's different than like wheeling through traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. I want to ride dirt bikes again. I imagine my son, if he was on an e-motorbike, he'd be asking for a full motorbike pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's how all of his friends are going to be. I think all kids now are going to eventually transition into moto, and I think moto is going to be huge in 5 years.
Yeah.
Because it died.
Yeah. Oh,
it died in 08. like
And-
motocross, big time because of the economy.
Right.
And I think the e-moto bikes and the e-bikes in general, just all of that is just going to feed into motocross.
Are
again.
they like cheaper? I haven't looked at the
No,
price.
no, they're considerably more expensive.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
figured. But eventually they'll probably go down a bit to maybe level out,
Yeah.
at least with, because like I don't know, it is kind of surprising how expensive dirt bikes and regular bikes are compared to a car. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
but
you're
at the same
buying-
time, so the e-bikes are just, I say dirt bikes went up a lot. E-bikes are, I mean, everything Specialized makes is pretty much just as expensive as the best dirt bike you can get.
Yeah. Yeah. And like
So-
I definitely have an appreciation for like the engineering and the R&D and all that kind of stuff, but it definitely seems excessive.
Some of
Especially
it.
when like looking at other markets of like battery powered stuff, it's just the price is going down so
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Hey JT, we were just talking before about how my brain is fried as well, but I did know it was Wednesday and not Friday today, but I get it.
It's Wednesday? But yeah, I think mountain biking is in trouble actually. And I think it is somewhat e-bike related. Just because of like what I said, the kids are gravitating towards e-bikes. They're not going to want to pedal. They're going to feed into mountain biking. Every sport kind of has a tipping point where it kind of goes back into obscurity. We saw it. We lived through it with BMX, freestyle moto, skateboarding. It all kind of just tapered off. And I think the sport progressed to a point where it didn't seem feasible to do anymore. They're like, when double backflips were like normal in X Games, it's like no kid is like, I can do that.
Yeah.
And now I think that limit is actually going to be financial for mountain biking.
Yeah.
Like the limit is too high. And if your couple of rich friends are on super nice e-bikes and you can only afford a $2,000 pedal bike, you can't hang out with them. They're not going to ride with you.
Yeah.
So I think we're coming to a weird point where like the younger generation isn't going to pick up mountain biking the same way. That's
there
my
could
guess.
be.
That's my guess.
The interesting thing about BMX is like maybe it was a few years ago actually, and maybe not as much today, but still a thing. Like people getting back into it,
Mhm.
like dads and like
Yeah.
you know you going to the skate park even, but I don't know.
Yes, JT, NICA is huge, and I understand that. I don't think those kids are going to stick with XC riding. I really don't. Because XC is cool for fitness, but I won't say it, JT. You can say it in the comments.
I don't know. I guess like I definitely see the side of it where more people are gonna get into riding more, and I think that's cool. But I also think that one thing I was thinking about with e-bikes and like because we talk a lot about trails that have jumps like going uphill and jump like you either have to have like super long ass powerful legs or you have to have an e-bike to hit some of the stuff. And for me, even on a non e-bike, I think a good like trail that has jumps is one that you don't really have to pedal a lot, especially like the power. Like I feel like if you got to sneak one in, if you're feeling the next jump, you need a little extra speed. That's different. But if you're like really struggling to get the speed for the next jump, I don't like those trails anyways. So I think even on an e-bike, I think there can be those trails, but you go to these parks now that it's like the whole system is basically you need an e-bike to really enjoy it.
Yep, and that's a good point, and that's something you brought up with that heritage video you did. That it did seem, and that was the first time I really thought about it. I'm like, dang, trails are being designed specifically around e-bikes, whether people realize it or not. And that was another point I was going to bring up to mountain biking. I'm not trying to say we're doomed, JT. I'm always going to ride mountain bikes. I know I sound negative, but I'm trying to be a realist. Pedaling uphill.
That's what somebody
like,
negative would say.
Yeah.
Just being real.
Just being real. Do you think we're slow? Do you think there's any reason we shouldn't clear a 6-foot tabletop at any point?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
no.
And me and you are on good, really fast, pedally downcountry bikes that are as capable as it gets.
Yeah.
And if we're struggling to do a 6-pack of 6-foot tables, it's the trail, it's not us.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's how I feel at Bentonville. I'm like, cool, you built a 30-foot jump. I have to pedal my balls off to hit. And I barely clear it. And then you have another one. It's like, guys, I'm pretty fit and I'm really good at jumping.
Yeah.
And I can't do this.
Right. And well, and I think that there can be both to exist. I don't know.
And Bentonville is getting better. It does seem like they're actually making it a little bit better. But dude, we can't have jumps like this that are this long and slightly uphill.
Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, I don't know. I guess if it's like an optional thing, like that spot at Heritage, like most of it, that's the big thing I like about Heritage is like everything kind of sets you up. But that one section on Hipster after you're done with the hips, like maybe just rollers, and if you're on an e-bike you can double them if you want to, but
Yeah.
like that's the one section that was the first time I was like, it's kind of lame.
Yeah. How cool would it be if the dudes from Dirt Waves had like a cool property to build on that had more elevation?
Yeah, well, that I have like a higher level,
Like a
point to
ski
that.
hill. What if those guys had a ski hill to build on?
That would be good,
be
especially if
good.
it had a lift.
They should,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
that would be really cool. A lift on both sides of the hill.
Yeah,
They don't even need a big one. Say like 110-foot hill that I can pedal up faster than the ski lifts.
yeah, but I guess if they had a ski lift though and they actually used it, that would be cool.
Man, that would be so sick.
But I think like a higher level thing to that, I think every town in America that the public owns a hill, they should have a bike trail on it. Every single town.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to really get into this right now, but Metro could build just a hill or just a trail. Like, yeah, we could just have bike trails that are like okay for people to get out on.
Yeah.
They don't have to be challenging or anything. You know, a little bit of climbing, a little bit of descending, nothing crazy. But look,
yeah, an actual like purpose-built trail that's like made with mountain biking in mind for somebody to, you know, if they live down the street or whatever, you know, or they're a mile away and they can ride to it and have fun.
Yeah, and that's actually a good thing about NICA, in my opinion, is that NICA will make it, because so many high schools now have a team, but they all have to go under like one umbrella, and then they all just train at certain spots, and it's like they could make arguments to their town where their high school is, like, just let us build a 1.5 mile loop that we can keep training on.
Yeah, well, that's like that Quarry Park. That's the main thing they use that park for, I think. Well, obviously, like the BMX and DJs have their trails there, but those guys are just out there training like pretty often there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I agree.
What else we got? JT uses lifts? Is that true?
Well, he did go to that park in Illinois. I don't know if we should talk about it, but they have a lift, right?
They do, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't believe we haven't been there either.
Yeah.
That was
well, I was kind of scared after JT went. I don't want to go now.
I was gonna go down there with that. What's the best trail you rode this year?
I rode a lot of trails.
You this last like 2 months, you've been riding a ton. Yeah. I've rode 0, and this guy's ridden like a ton.
Yeah, and I skipped some spots that I wish I would have had time to stop at. But honestly, my like favorite trail, and probably my favorite, well, I don't know about favorite bike park, but I really had the most fun this year at Giants Ridge. And they got a trail. They didn't have the premier jump line open, but I really appreciated Giants Ridge over Spirit, because it seemed like they put more attention to the mountain bike trails being like a purposeful part of their, you know, bigger plan at the place. Whereas like, I think Spirit, they make most of their money in the winter, and I think they just have trails because they can. And they're good. They are good. I'm not saying they're not good. I just felt like they were more purposeful at Giants Ridge. And there was one trail called Sector 12, I think, that we just kept looping that. And we were having a lot of fun. And it was, I also like that trail because I really like bike parks that have like a green trail with some blue side hits, and then a blue trail with some black side hits. And that's what this Sector 12 was, because I was riding with 2 people that were a little bit different skill. All of us were a little bit different skill levels. So it was fun because we could all ride this blue trail, but then there were like, you know, like a 25, 30 foot double at the end. And there was a big drop in between. So I really enjoyed that place for sure.
I've heard really good stuff about Giants Ridge. Also another spot that I'm stunned I haven't ever ridden.
Wait, where?
Giants. Well,
oh yeah, Duluth, yeah.
Yeah, like anywhere up there. I remember a couple of years ago I actually got a free race entry from Trek to race the Enduro up there, and I was super excited. And something happened last minute and I couldn't go, but that was it.
Oh man, I was just up in Copper Harbor, and I decided, well, I was in Hancock and I decided I did not want to do the 45-minute drive up to Copper Harbor, which was silly, but I had just done 5,500 miles in the 3 weeks previous, so I didn't want to do any more driving. But Hancock and Houghton actually have some pretty cool little bike parks. And that's my point too, like with that, is it doesn't take much to have like a little skills park that everybody can have fun on. And like I think places like that do it really well. And even Alaska, I'm telling you, like the smallest little fishing town might have a bike park. It might not be amazing, but there's a little spot where the locals can build trails. And some of them are really good too, but like just having like a space dedicated for mountain biking, I think if
Yeah.
there's a community for it, they'll build the stuff.
Yeah.
What was your favorite trail? Did you ride any trails this year?
I did. I rode a little, not a lot this year. My favorite trail that I rode, this might surprise you, but Frisco Bike Park, where I got hurt. It's not part of, they own the land, I think. But they don't own, this wasn't in the bike park. It's on like the mountain that we camped under. But it was crazy. I didn't even know the trails were there. The trail is Sky Pilot and Aftermath.
Okay.
So we parked our camper on this lake, mountain behind us, and I noticed these trails all the way up the mountain. Like those are 100% mountain bike trails. And so I looked it up. Yep. Talked to a couple guys there in the parking lot. They were mountain bikers. They're like, yep, climb up this way. So I climbed up there. Sky Pilot, insane, super quick. Not a super long trail, but really, really fast, super fun, insane views. Got to the bottom. They're like, go back up and hit the trail going down the backside called Aftermath. It was unbelievable. It was a super long run, craziest speeds. One of the few times where I rode a flow trail, and I was like, I should probably have my Enduro bike.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it was like tech or flow or.
It was a flow trail, and I was on my Intense, which normally is the best bike for a flow trail, but I was rolling tires so gnarly. I was hitting these berms so fast, and the jumps were massive. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, Sky Pilot and Aftermath were the best trails that I think I rode this year.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds.
And I was gonna film those, and then I got hurt. So
shouldn't have done that.
Definitely should not have done that.
I don't know which trail I rode at Telemark, but I only rode one trail, and it was after riding Spirit and Giants Ridge, and I was just beat. And that climb at Telemark is kind of, I mean, it's a lot compared to other like bike parks like that. And I just felt like whatever downhill I rode, it was the one on YouTube that people said was like the best, and so I rode that, and it was just really pedally.
Wow, you're a hater.
I should have had an e-bike.
Maybe that's what Trek wants you to have.
Johnny, welcome. We needed you earlier for tech support.
No idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Vance showed up. Mike, I'm sorry I didn't send you the direct link. We were having so many troubles and we were late. But yes, I wore this shirt just for you guys.
I didn't even look at it.
It's Darren's brand.
Oh, nice. Yep.
So, yep, had to wear it. Yeah, big climb on an analog bike.
He's talking about Telemark. And
Yeah.
yeah. And I think like maybe when I went, it was maybe about ready for like some maintenance because there was like a lot of weeds growing in the trail, it seemed. But
are we gonna go to Colorado next year?
I mean, I'm down for whatever.
Okay.
You're the one with the schedule.
Yeah, I think next year I'm due for like a long weekend where I just do bike parks because I know that that I do like to pedal.
Yeah,
but
you hate bike parks.
With my schedule, historically, I don't like. I do like bike parks, but I like getting out in nature more. Like I like the backcountry stuff. Like every time I come to North Carolina, I'm like, I want to pedal to the mountain view. This is gonna sound bad, but this is what I say to my wife all the time. I want to pedal to where the fat people aren't, because I know that like only people that want it are going to be up there.
You can't say that.
I just said it. I just said that. And I don't mean that in any way. I just mean like the people that want to be up there are going to be up there.
Yeah.
And it takes effort.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's challenging, cool. That's the story.
Yeah.
The bike parks, it's like, cool, I got dropped off to the top, and now we're gonna go hit some jumps.
Yeah, but I think you can do both.
Yeah, no. I've come to accept that more, and now it's like I'm so busy and I ride so little. I'm like, let's just maximize the fun.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun and enjoy
Yeah.
myself.
Well, and especially because like we like riding with different people, and sometimes I'm the slow one, sometimes other people are the slow one, and it kind of just sucks for everybody when you're riding some of those trails, because if you're faster, you got to wait. If you're slower, you don't get a break, kind of thing. And like a bike park just kind of makes it fun for everybody, at least for that.
Yeah.
That
And
day
bike parks
or-
are super fun with your friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of the best bike trips I ever took was with John Skoke. Colin Kozik showed up out there. A couple of my motocross friends, we were out there to race Big Mountain Enduro. And we rode Winter Park for like 3 days straight.
Yeah.
And it was just ridiculously fun. Hi, Matt's Garage. Yeah, I talked to a couple dudes out at the pump track.
Yeah, actually, I was like recognized quite a bit at Heritage the other day, which normally I just go under the radar, but it's kind of cool. Like people brought up and they were like asking me about all the trails in Wisconsin, and I'm like, man, I've actually not ridden quite a bit, but I guess like for me, when I go ride, I know what I like and I just go.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. There's a lot I haven't explored. Sometimes it's more of like I say this all the time. Like I could do a 4-hour drive or 5-hour drive to something in Wisconsin that gets some attention, or I could go to Marquette where I know everything is killer.
Yeah.
Like everything is my favorite trail.
Yeah.
So that's usually just what I end up doing, because it's like if I only get to do 2 or 3 bike trips a year, bike weekends, like let's go to the places that I know kick ass.
Yeah. I think at a certain point, and for me, it's like an hour and maybe 5-10 minutes, where it's once it's beyond that, it might as well be 3 or 4 hours to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. What are some trails that surprised you in Wisconsin? Or I guess anywhere in the Midwest? Can I go first?
Yeah.
I'm gonna to my own
Let
question.
me ask you, what are some trails that surprised you in Wisconsin when you rode them?
Do they have to be in
Think-
Wisconsin? Or like just
In the
this area,
Midwest.
Midwest? Okay. Raceway Woods. Thanks for asking, by the way.
Oh,
Raceway
yeah,
Woods.
I've been there.
Yeah. You
On
were-
my birthday. You didn't know it was my birthday, but
Did I really not? I'm sorry.
not at the end of the day when you realized.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dude, I used to have BMX jams and not tell people it was my birthday. And
Well, I knew it was your birthday then.
yeah, you did, but my birthday's not a big deal. That's the point.
Anyways, Raceway Woods really surprised me because the geography is basically the same as Southeast Wisconsin. And somehow those dudes built fun ass trails.
Yeah, and they felt like natural. Like it was
Yeah.
just everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
And it was also on an old racetrack, which was just cool.
And I had no idea. Like, obviously, it's called Raceway Woods, and it's just like, okay, cool name. And then you go there, and you're like, oh my god, this was a 1950s and 60s international speedway.
Yeah, and
And
part
now
of
it's
it's
just
still there.
overgrown. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like corners still there.
Yeah.
And I think that place is really awesome. I think that's like an hour and 15 or 20 from here.
Yeah.
But really surprised me.
Well, yeah, and then there's a couple other trails you can hit along the way.
Yeah, Andre's Bike Park.
Yeah.
Couple 10 minutes up the road from there, and that's what we did. We did Andres, and then we went to Raceway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Andre's, that's like people always like a lot of people have been there for like a park that's just in the middle of like a neighborhood, but they built some cool stuff.
Big stuff.
Yeah, big.
Big.
And it's not so much that it's big stuff that bothers. It's not. It doesn't bother me, but like for me personally, with my skill level, the stuff's like steep, which we were still riding some of it, but also blind. Like they have these jumps that were just
Oh, yeah.
completely blind,
Yeah.
so that kind of scared me. But we haven't been there in a while, so
Yeah, I wanted to go back there. This year was rough because it was like there was a lot of rain on the weekends. It's like I can't
yeah,
really ride a lot during the week. And honestly, yeah, just bad year for riding for me.
yeah. I can just ride whenever I want, but I also got to pretend like I'm self-employed as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really like one trail I've just been like a big steward of is Palmer Urban Mountain Bike Park in Janesville. And it's not like super amazing. It's just like it's a small park that's built well. Like that's and it's super fun. You can like loop the jump trail. It's super easy to do. And for me, the thing I was surprised about for myself was how much skill building I did out there just on the 2 jump trails. And I mainly only rode the one most of the time, but just really learning how to like get a little bit of style over jumps, which now has helped me become more confident because I realize like if you do a little turn bar, you're not dead sailoring and tweaking around in the air. And I'm surprised it took me this long to really learn that. But just looping the same jump trail over and over really helped me with that. And it's kind of a similar thing like with snowboarding because it's weird to think that somebody could come out of like a Midwest snowboarding hill because they're like 300 feet of elevation, but they get more hits on the same feature and they're building those skills. So Palmer was like really good for me for that.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing with Switz. Like when I first started going to Switz.
Oh, JT's asking. It's Palmer Urban Mountain Bike Trail. You can find it on Facebook. It's in Janesville. It's pretty sweet. I go there. It's a little bit closer, like by 10 or 15 minutes than Heritage, but also it's just like a relaxing drive. Sometimes I don't want to go to Heritage because I don't want to do the drive out there. Not that it's that terrible, but going through traffic I don't like, especially when I'm driving my van. So I'll just go to Palmer, chill, and you see a lot of wildlife out there. That's why you got to bring your kids out.
Okay. I know. And that would be a good place for my kids because it is an easy climb. Trails are smooth. The XC loop is actually kind of interesting. It's short. I did go there for that open party and it was cool.
The pump
JT,
track,
I'm really sorry you only got 2,500 more miles in than I did this year. That's I don't even know how you could compete with that.
I don't even know how many I got.
I think I'm under 500 for the year.
One question I have is at a lift park or a shuttle park, Strava or no Strava?
I Strava.
See, I
it's
can
so my computer actually seemed to auto shut off. I would always leave it on anyways because it's like there's still segments at good bike parks.
Yeah.
So I'd leave it on. It's like whatever, I don't care. But it looked like my computer actually is auto shutting off and shutting back on when I get to the top.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I wonder if Strava just does that. One thing they have that I saw that's like kind of new is, I'm notoriously bad about not shutting it off before I get in the car and then I get like an extra mile on there. Yeah. But they have a way that it detects that now to take that off. And I'm so happy about that because like I don't want to cheat like that or anything, but I also I didn't want to like.
But that's why you have to pay so much for Strava now.
I don't pay for it.
I did, unfortunately. I think I actually just canceled my membership. I don't know. Strava's pretty irritating these days.
Some more Palmer fans and interest in the chat.
What I was going to say about Switz and progression. Switz, it's crazy because that hill was so small, but those dudes built huge features.
Yeah.
And then you go out, you hit everything at Switz. You're like, all right, I did it all.
Yeah.
And then you go out west and like to Winter Park specifically. I go there and I'm like, some of this is actually. This is a black trail. Yeah. This is a blue little Switz.
Yeah. That's how I felt riding the Hammer Drop, the first drop in Bentonville at Kohler.
Oh yeah,
big, everybody hypes it up. Even like I saw him in Matt Jones's video there. He was like hyping it up, like, oh, the locals are saying it's crazy. And then he did it, and then there was nothing said about it. Yeah. And it's cool and it's big and it's like a rite of passage or whatever. But the stuff at Switz was way bigger.
Yeah, I think the scary thing about the Hammer Drop is just how big the landing is.
Yeah.
It's like
psychologically, because to me, I'm like, oh, it's bigger, so I have more room to mess up. You just can't come up short because there's a serious knuckle on it because it is a road gap with a real road, like an access road.
Yeah. Yeah, just the landing is like, 50 yards? I think it's a long landing. And it goes into probably the best jump in Bentonville.
JT found out he can't cheat on his e-bike anymore.
Yeah, well, it's Chinese computers, man. They know. They're watching you. Darren, laps for laps, same stats in the e-mountain bike guys.
We have 13 people here. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
13 people joining us. If you haven't said hi, please let us know if you're here.
I also miss Little Switz.
I only rode there once.
You were living in North Carolina for most of that.
Right. And it was just like the weekends that would come up, it didn't work out.
Yeah. I remember for 2 years, they had very select dates and I went every time. And then it ended up being like, I would go for like the first two just to kind of shake off the cobwebs and like remember how to ride a bike again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go for like the last one. It's just always kind of like, the party.
Yeah.
Also, the video contest they did that one year was awesome.
Yeah, I wish I could have been a part of that.
That was
Maybe it was better that I
that's
wasn't.
still one of my favorite videos ever made.
Yeah, probably didn't get well, that one probably got some good views, right?
I
Because I feel like the
don't
favorite
remember.
ones for me never get any views.
Same. Yeah. No, I think that one initially got a lot of views, like right when we published it. But it was like one of those video contests where it's like, you have a time limit, you got to follow a couple rules. So that doesn't always work out for like the algorithm, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
But the people that are watching it for the contest itself watch it, blow it up, and then it just kind of dies. Like
Even
it probably
just,
hasn't
like-
been watched in 2 years.
Even just highlight edits like that just people aren't as interested in those anymore. Because
What saved it was JJ's riding.
well, right.
My best
I didn't
riding,
want to say that, but
my best riding I've ever done.
wait,
Completely overshadowed by JJ.
who else was in it?
It was me, JJ, and Colin had a few clips in it
Oh
too.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So it was
If anybody out there wants to, maybe we could do that. Just organize a contest like that. Maybe
like get a bunch of creators together.
Yeah,
I like this idea. We
Yeah.
could get a bunch of creators together.
Yeah, we can. We won't tell them what the challenges are until
So they're unprepared.
Yeah, right. And then exactly.
I'll think about it. Anyways, just got an e-bike. Yeah, I was just saying, I kind of want to get an e-bike just to go to work. I got a 15-mile commute, and I'm getting really sick of driving vehicles.
Is there a decent route to get there?
So no, but I leave. If I ride, so I've ridden to work before. I have to leave at like basically 5 a.m. So there's no cars. It's really, honestly, very peaceful in the summer.
Mhm.
The ride home is a nightmare. Just cars everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I consider it unsafe. So I would take a long way that turned it into an 18-mile ride with more climbs, but it gets me to bike paths.
Yeah.
So then I can kind of backdoor bike path at home,
Yeah.
but it takes a long time.
Would you rock your steel toes on the ride?
I leave them at work.
Oh,
Yeah, I change
that
them.
makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, e-bikes for commuting aren't a bad thing. I don't think.
No, like I said, I use my e-scooter, so
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's partially because like when I travel, sometimes I'll go to like a meeting or an event or something, or especially events if I'm like going to be drinking or something. I don't want to get all sweaty from riding my bike, so I'll take the scooter.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Should we talk about the big news in Southeast
because
Wisconsin?
I don't really know much, so
I mean, I've heard now a decent amount, and I still don't know what, but I guess
first I do want to say that like I've been fortunate, and you have as well, to like travel the country, and there's great bike parks everywhere. I really genuinely, for a public bike park, Heritage is top 2 or 3 for sure that I've ridden. In terms of in general.
No, I agree. I've said this a million times. The Dirt Waves dudes, Gavin is probably, for that style of trail building, the best builder I've ridden. And like you said, we've all ridden a lot of trails, but he just shapes, berms, jumps, all that stuff, design as good as they get.
Yeah.
And what they built at Heritage isn't just Southeast Wisconsin, it's the Midwest.
Right.
Like people travel from everywhere.
Yeah.
So Dirt Waves not being involved with Heritage is going to be a problem. What do you guys think? I think what? It's so funny.
I was just reading. I wasn't laughing. I was just reading a comment.
I think next year is going to be.
They're cracking down on e-scooters in the UK.
Huh.
What else did I hear? Oh, they're thinking about zero tolerance for drinking and driving. One drop is too much. Which, hey, maybe a good thing. Probably, I mean, definitely a good thing. But it's interesting that I just heard that. Is that true? By the way, maybe I just saw a fake article. Yeah. So Heritage, like I said earlier, to me, what I like in a trail is I don't mind the uphills. I like the uphills and everything, but as soon as you get your descent and there's like some jumps, no matter how long they are, like just dropping in and having it set up for you. Like if you have to sneak a pedal in here and there to like keep up your speed, but if you're like really wrenching on the pedals, that's what I don't like. And there's a lot of bike parks out there that
Everything
are
in
like that,
Bentonville to me.
and I don't like that.
Everything in Bentonville.
Yeah,
Just about a majority of it.
yeah.
I'll shout out John too. John Godwin, Dynamic Trailworks. His stuff's really good too. He does Standing Rocks. I haven't ridden
Oh,
the new
yeah,
trail. You rode some of it, but like he builds good stuff too. He builds it. I feel like he builds it even more my style, like pretty steep and poppy, at least what I remember. But like Heritage is basically legendary at this point. It hasn't been around that long, and it's legendary. Everywhere I go in the Midwest, people go Wisconsin Heritage. Like, yep, yeah, I ride there.
One thing I was thinking about is how often do you go to a trail on a Saturday and like a public trail, and there's 100 people there?
Yeah,
and like, or for like anything at a public park, unless there's like a sports game, like obviously, and like not downing that, but like there's so much, of that, soccer fields that sit empty all the time. Whereas you can go to Heritage during the week and there's, 20 people there.
Even on weeknight. Yeah. So to answer JT's question, do you think they won't be able to maintain what they have already built? No, I don't think there's a chance in hell that without Dirt Waves, unless they basically contract the work out to a builder.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have the funding for that.
Well, they
Metro isn't going to foot the bill.
With the parking fees.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I can say of what I know, like what I've heard. I talked to Mike Vance today. I don't want to get into it too much, but basically, I think Heritage, at least next year, is in serious jeopardy. And I think it's going to be a problem that's going to take a long time to solve and figure back out. I think Washington County Parks needs to feel the heat. I think they, more than anybody, need to understand how important Dirt Waves is, how important Heritage is to mountain biking in general. They seem to want to be putting a lot of restrictions and regulations and politics into the trail building, and Dirt Waves doesn't want to deal with that. They just want to build sick trails, basically, dude, the best volunteers. Like, it's practically all volunteers.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys really want to like fuck with the volunteers, the dudes who are building the legendary trails.
Right.
Like this, the county got mad that they built this new trail. Wasn't part of the plan.
But they've also done some things I've heard that they weren't approved to do, and then the county was happy with it. So if the county's like letting some things slide and other things not, I don't know.
Yeah, and Mike was making it sound like a neighbor finally sort of complained about where it was in relation to his property.
No, what? It's like what, the new one off of
I think
Double Dragon?
I think so.
Because that's like an interior trail. It's interior to the other trails.
Maybe I misunderstood. Well, he said a neighbor was starting to have
could
problems.
be another trail that they're building. I don't know.
And then that's what kind of forced the county to seem to have like issues. But it's like, okay, maybe they overstepped slightly with what they were building.
Yeah, just cancel that trail and move on to some other part.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, man, these guys have built something for Washington County practically for free.
Right.
What is the revenue they're generating that these volunteers built?
Well, I'm gonna check out that article they shared about the parking pass. But then also stopping at the gas stations and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that it comes with. Yeah. But the one thing I will say too is like that step up that's on the backside of Double Dragon at the end of the parking lot that you roll in from the corner of the parking lot.
Yes.
That thing is massive, but it's like safe. Like it's built like really safe.
I feel like all of it is.
Right. And I'm just bringing
if you know what you're doing
as an example. Right.
Relatively.
Yeah. But that's what I think, like in general, like I just think they hit the mark on every point for me for the most part. And safety is a big one. And the one thing I'm concerned about, well, first of all, Metro wouldn't have been able, they would have never built something like that.
No.
There's nothing else even close to that around here. But, when I was talking about Palmer, I think those jumps were built so well. And then they did like a maintenance day. And then I went back like 2 days later and I was like, well, the jumps are going to be freaking awesome. But they must have had somebody that didn't know how to shape jumps, shape them, and the lips they weren't even close to right, and I was expecting them to be
Were they
good.
steeper?
No, they were like rolled over.
Okay.
And so I thought I was going to get a little bit of pop, or at least it would be what I was riding, a couple weeks before that. And I ended up falling and like getting hurt pretty bad. It was before we went to Windman too. And
I was hurt before we went to Women too.
right. Yeah, I know. But I guess my point is like just shaping the lip a little bit differently because you don't know what you're doing can make a big difference on those small tabletops at Palmer. For me, after the week before, I was riding like 30-foot doubles.
Yeah.
And then I went there to these 10
foot,
10-foot tabletops and I fell because it wasn't done right. And that's the concern that
There
I'm
is a
gonna
lot of
have with Heritage.
Yep. I couldn't agree anymore. And I guess I won't go too hard on them, but Metro they're not the type of bike riders that like they can do the XC stuff, but I just don't think they understand the jump park aspect. And
Right.
I think it would basically be impossible. And I'm not sure how much they even want to do it.
Right.
I think Heritage is unfortunately going to have to fall quite hard next year. Washington County is going to have to reassess how to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not bringing back dirt waves, they're going to have to bring someone in.
Yeah.
It's the only way. It's someone who understands the sport, and they're going to have to pay a ton of money because dirt waves was beyond charity for them. Beyond. So
Darren said that it's all about the A and B lines. I think that's in talking like to build up your skills, right? Like maybe meaning something else, but yeah, like having those different lines where you can progress. Where I do think Heritage there might be one like level missing between like the tabletops and then the bigger jumps. But I said that the other day, and then I realized I never really ride those jumps to the left before you go down like that bridge.
Yeah.
So maybe that's exactly what I'm talking about. I just never hit that line.
Yeah, I think I think their A and B lines are pretty solid. Like I also, I don't really ride that line. I know I have, but I mean, this is my point why Metro should invest lots of money into this place and keep it as a gem. Is there any place in Wisconsin even where progression comes faster? I don't know that there is anymore. It would have been Little Switz. Guess what? Same builders.
Right.
Crazy how that works. Crazy that the place with the same builders is where progression is bred.
Yeah, and JT says like that's the only place you could feel like you could jump a bike, and that was the thing too. I took a total beginner there, and I saw the way that they were riding, and I had the confidence to say just hit this jump line. It was that little 3-pack on Double Dragon that ends with that step up with the wood launch, and the dude was riding for like 6 months, and he did that, which I would never recommend that at most places. But there, I was like, it's built so well, and I see the skills enough that I think he could do it. And yeah, sure enough, no problem because I have confidence in that trail.
Yeah. And Brian Prom actually said something earlier. He said, I saw families with young riders there, always heartwarming.
Yeah.
The only time I was able to get there this year was Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, who has ridden with me a few times, she's young, she's little, doesn't pedal amazing. That was the biggest smile I've seen her on her face mountain biking. She was so hooked on the actual Dirt Waves trail. Wait, that's what it's called, right? Right?
What the dirt? Oh yeah. That's such a good trail.
We just rode that first section and then we climbed back up the hill. But she was having so much fun, and then she saw other girls ride, adult women riding, and they'd say something to her, and she was so stoked on it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, there is nothing like that around here. There's no place that brings community together. Everyone is cool. I've never seen a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
We all ride mountain bikes. It's the best community for kids, experts, everybody.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a big gap in what's available for mountain biking in general. There's so many other activities that there's public places to go and be a part of it. And, I think Heritage is a good place for it because they have the open fields, the big parking lot, the playground and stuff where families can go there together too.
Yeah. Well, my son cried because he wanted to ride with me. he just screamed. Playground was not good enough for him.
Right, but yeah, you can't expect every family to have everybody
No,
into
I know,
mountain
I'm just
biking,
kidding.
but you do see those families, and
Yeah.
that's awesome. But like,
Well, now he's riding skate parks and progressing pretty well for a 5-year-old.
yeah,
So I feel like maybe even next year he'll be on a 20-inch mountain bike and he'll be cruising around a lot.
somebody said like Metro wants Heritage to be successful. I don't have a doubt that they want to, and like I want them to be successful. I want them to have success and be empowered. Like it's not like I wouldn't want it to fail because of who's running it or anything. It's just
I actually talked to Chris today.
Not easy to just get in there. Like I even spent a week with a trail building company, and the people that have been on staff for like a couple months or even 6 months, they still didn't know what they were doing really. And that's a trail building company that they're getting paid $30 an hour to build, and they still don't quite know what they're doing yet. So there's just a huge learning curve.
Mike Vance actually made that point today when I talked to him. He said a lot of volunteers, he's like, you gotta really, really have to supervise what they're doing.
Yeah, because there's science and art and just working with the terrain and everything. There's just a lot to it.
But yes, I don't have any. I think that'd be crazy for any mountain bike group to not want a place to succeed. That would be not great. That would be really anti-mountain bike. But Heritage is just it's a different beast. And I think someone is going to have to come up with a new nonprofit or club that represents almost specifically that place.
Yeah.
And it's going to have to be those kind of dudes, the dirt waves kind of dudes.
Yeah, well, especially because it does attract hundreds of people a week.
And I mean, they have XC trails too. We keep talking about like just the jump stuff.
I've only ridden those like once or twice.
Oh, I made it happen. I made a personal rule that I was like, if I go to Heritage, I have to at least either start on the XC or end the day on the XC.
Yeah.
Either one. And I make that my goal every time. And they change it. It seems like every time I go there, it's a little bit different. And I think it's a good XC loop.
Yeah.
Like pretty well. I mean, for what they have there, they used it all really well and it's well laid out.
One thing I want to bring up that really upset me about Heritage the other day was I got tear gassed while I was there. I got OC sprayed, basically. Like I think you can see if you're up on the top of a Hipster on the backside of the roll-in, there's like a lot there that has like some junk buses and some brush and stuff there. And I didn't realize, but it makes sense. That's where like the sheriffs do their training, and I think they do shooting out there. I'm not really sure, but when I was there, they had they had Hipster shut down, and I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense. So there's no stray bullets hitting you or whatever. But then I was like riding up from the end of Double Dragon by the end of the parking lot, and I was riding through, and the wind was coming towards me, and I just started like my face was like on fire, and I was like tearing up, and I was like, what the hell? And it smelled like fireworks. I was like, maybe they are shooting, and somehow I'm getting like that amount of smoke in my eyes. But then I found out the day after I went there, they were doing OC spray training. Like if you're a correctional officer, a police officer, whatever, you got to get sprayed and know how it feels and know what to do or whatever.
So go to the county park.
Well, it was crazy to me. I mean, it luckily it didn't like last really a long time, just a couple of minutes, but man,
that's funny because I went to Seven Bridges Park in Milwaukee once. I think our buddy Kyle was with us, maybe. And the police, for some reason, were doing like taser training there.
Oh yeah,
like it was crazy. Like, there's not a better place for this.
Just like in the park.
Yeah,
yes, in their natural, maybe.
They're like, hey, we want you to be at peace as you get tased for the first time.
Like maybe they identified the spot in the city that has the most taser usage or something.
There's no way it was that part.
Just so they know that it's their taser, not their gun.
So
they got to train on it.
yeah. Well, if that's funny because this is one problem I always had with one of the Metro trails. This has nothing to do with them specifically, but Elva Trail, which is like basically my local trail. And I tried getting involved several times there, and it was just like, I can't be part of this. It just was not like the ideas weren't like, I was like, this isn't my idea of progress. But they had also told me that there was a lot of issues with the county and what they wanted. You know, it was like Milwaukee County has all these crazy rules on trail building, and it's like, well, I think your guys' job is to tell the county how it is. Like, we want trails that my friends from Madison want to come ride. I'm sick of going to other places to ride. We're building
Right.
too boring of trails. And I'm like, we don't have to build crazy jumps. So we can have fun XC trails that still challenge people. They were like, you know, there's all these rules and restrictions. And I had always heard this, the Milwaukee County doesn't want jumps on their trails. Okay, I think that's dumb.
Yeah.
But why did they put it directly behind an archery range? And they're like, what are you talking about? There's natural barriers and walls. It's like, right, there's a lot of brush piled up. I can see dudes shooting their bows and arrows when I ride here. And then they're like, it's totally fine. Just no jumps, but we're going to put you right behind the archery range.
Oh, yeah. And those arrows can
last spring, I found 4 arrows in a quarter mile on or within the vicinity of the trail. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, Milwaukee County's got to get their shit together.
Yeah, I agree. Well, like that's what. So I lived in Charlotte for 7 or 8 years, and I go back there often. And like I get overwhelmed trying to pick a trail because there's so many good trails. Like it's like the opposite, and there's more opportunity here, I think, than Charlotte has for terrain.
Really?
They're probably about the same,
Really?
maybe. There are a couple mountains in the vicinity of
Yeah.
Charlotte, but they don't use those for.
What was that spot in Charlotte we went to? The one that has a pump track.
Poston, George Poston.
Yeah.
They are talking about building a downhill trail on that mountain, though.
That was a decent place.
Yeah. Well,
I liked everything I rode in Charlotte.
That place is cool because it's open 24/7, no matter the weather.
Okay.
And we don't really have a place like that here, which maybe
no,
it's definitely different soil types, but
I've changed my opinion on that. I used to be harder on that. The issue we have around here is that like all of the Milwaukee trails are like built in riverbeds. So it's like, sure, the trails can dry. I mean, they finally changed Alpha to kind of, skirt the fact that it's basically in a riverbed. So now it dries quicker, and it's nicer because it's got great dirt, especially on the upper hill. But yeah, a lot of our trails in riverbeds, so it's like it stays pretty wet for a while.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan says there's 5 to 6 miles coming at Rib Mountain. It would be about damn time if they actually.
They've been talking about that for a while, and it does sound like they're finally getting to it.
Yeah,
and I hope they do.
Yeah,
yeah. I remember a couple years ago. What was it like? The Wisconsin DNR approved it, and then the next day rescinded it, or something like that.
Yep, Minnesota does have some good trails. I think that it's part of because like Minneapolis is a big bicycle centric city. It's one of the better, people get around on bikes a lot there, and just it's part of the culture, I think, a little bit more than here. Just in general, like bike riding in general.
Alpine Valley Enduro Race. Yeah, they were supposed to do a 3-race series, and what's crazy is all 3 of them I had plans for, and then they postponed them, and that was it. But yeah, they should do more enduro. I wish Alpine Valley would honestly do more.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't.
Like the XC trails, like I know some diehard XC dudes that they're like the best place. Alpine Valley is the best. If you're really, really into pain, Alpine Valley is probably really cool.
Yeah, and I'm not. That's why it's like 7 minutes from where I live, and I don't go.
Yeah, and
like I
actually haven't been there in probably 3 years because it's just like I'm okay with climbing. I'm totally good with it, but I want the reward.
Yeah,
and I've never felt that Alpine Valley has the reward.
Private property portion. Does that mean like building trails on private property and it's like sanctioned? Or are you just saying that you're like building some rebel trails out there? Okay, I assume you answered yes to the first part. Well, that's pretty cool that they're working with the landowners, and that's the same thing in Charlotte. Somebody else owns like that mountain, I guess, so they're just working with it. But then you got people going up there and doing rebel runs all the time, and that doesn't help the relationship with the land manager. So kind of a downer.
Have you ever been to the Lake Geneva trails? At the Zip?
No, I haven't been to those. I know you've been there.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting property, and like now that I think about it, like that's a place where I wish like DirtWiz would actually build. Like I wonder how they feel about. Obviously, they had a relationship with Will Switz, which is a private company, and that went bad. and that
Yeah.
sucks. But now they had a relationship with, public, a government,
Yeah.
and now that went bad for them.
Mhm.
So it's like, I wonder which is better, but it's like the Lake Geneva place, they don't have a lift. There is none of that. And they have mountain bike trails that are pretty good.
Yeah.
They're very underrated. The property itself is amazing. I'm like, dude, I bet if someone was like, hey guys, can we build 3 incredible trails here? They'd be like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And you do need to pay there.
Yeah.
It's cheap. I think it's like $5 for a day pass or like
Mhm.
40 for a year. I don't know. I haven't been there in a few years, but
I think somebody would really have to take the initiative because, like, Lake Geneva, like themselves aren't going to like they get so much tourism in
Yeah,
general
yeah.
in the summer and a good bit in the winter too. But yeah, so somebody would really have to take the initiative. But yeah, could be good.
John, do you remember racing at Alpine Valley a couple of years ago? That's where me and John started chatting the most, I think.
Oh yeah, did
At the Alpine Valley Enduro, like the first Wars one.
did you fall?
No.
I feel like all your Alpine stories you fall pretty bad.
No, that one I got third, John got second. It was pretty cool. That race wasn't super great though. Like it was their first time doing it, and it was some of the trail sections were cool, but it was like crazy pedally.
Yeah,
Um,
not surprising.
the
Even
second
when they
year
built
though,
that like downhill like flow trail or whatever that they had, probably
which
years
one?
ago.
Which one? The one with the jumps?
Yeah,
It was short.
Yeah, it was short,
Short.
and yeah, that didn't even feel like a good payoff.
There's a cool podium photo of us. The second year is when I had a really stupid crash. I literally just bailed off the drop because it was a big mistake, but I still won that race. So
Oh yeah,
I had the dumbest crash.
Did
all
you
on
have 2
video.
dumb crashes on that? Like once when you were there, another
Yes.
time? Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually trying to like get a cool still photo and have my GoPro set
You
up
trying
on
to
that
like
drop.
whip it out or
Yeah, I was
something?
trying to, and I just whipped it out too far, couldn't bring it back. I usually just showed my kids that the other day.
I forget, you told me I should have gone and done the enduro this year. I forget what I had going on, but there was something that I was like, I didn't forget something was going on this year. I would have maybe done it, but
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet the enduro was a lot better this year because I think the dudes at Alpine Valley are more invested in the idea of enduro mountain biking now. But you know what was the coolest thing Alpine Valley ever did? The snow mountain bike race.
yeah, somebody brought that up to me. Oh, Tyler Frenzel brought that up to me. I didn't even realize he was there.
He wasn't. Now that I think about it,
He was up there with, I think he just
Jake.
left afterwards because, dude, those dudes were at the top of the hill wearing Vans. And like,
I
they
remember
were
JT wearing Van
like
or
last,
JJ.
last in line. Yeah, and then JJ, I found him at the bar afterwards, but I think Tyler probably just went home. But man, I couldn't imagine that because I was wearing snow boots and I was out there and I was like freezing. I was just taking photos. I couldn't imagine that. And I just really think, Pat, it really hurt him that it didn't go very well. And there was a lot of bad feedback, but it wasn't like, oh, Pat, you did a bad job. It was just everybody understood.
I think it
that
got
it
away
just-
from everybody.
Yeah, and like Pat shouldn't feel bad at all about it. Like
No.
he organized something awesome, and it was a bigger success than he expected. That
Way
was it. And
I think they had more people for that event if then showed up for the enduro they threw this summer.
absolutely, there must
Like it
have
was
been.
crazy how many people showed up. They were like, "Yeah, I want to ride my bike down Snow Mountain."
Yeah,
Like,
I think if they did it again, they almost got to do like a dual slalom or somehow get more people down the hill
quicker.
Because I remember they used to do that at the Whitewater Center. They did that race in the river, like the man-made
Yeah.
river. So it's like where the Olympic whitewater rafting team trains. It's like this man-made river, but when they drain it, it's just a ditch. And they had a race, and it was so awesome. It was so good, but like 500 people would show up, and their insurance wouldn't let any more than one person on the run at any given time. And for me, I was probably in the middle of the field, and it took me about 55 seconds to a minute to get through it.
Mhm.
So when you got 500 people that are supposed to get 2 runs at
Yeah,
a minute a
yeah.
piece on average, like, yeah, not happening.
Yeah, I still think about that last table they had on the snow section.
Do you know who is this WPF 312? Do you know who that is?
Not by the.
Let us know who you
streaming.
are, because we appreciate the comments for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. And Shred Shed. Yeah, I know you've been going hard on this like local trail system. good luck. I hope it all works out. And I'm glad you put out a video again. I'm sorry that you have a fat bike now, but it probably is necessary for you where you live.
Granite
Yeah,
would
actually-
be like pretty. Sorry,
What? Huh?
sorry. You can keep going. I was just reading another comment.
Oh yeah.
I was getting caught up. But granite.
Yeah. No, yeah, Shred Shed got a fat bike. Got a killer deal on it.
Oh yeah.
$2,000. Super sick Trek fat bike. And it looks like you're shredding it.
Nice.
So, and it's honestly probably faster than your common saw on just normal XC trails.
I rode some XC trails in Alaska on a fat bike, and I had a lot of fun. It was a rigid 2-fork and everything, and
It could be actually pretty fast.
Well, if you air up the pressure, like
Yeah.
a lot of times, like when you're riding them in the snow or whatever, you air them down. But if you actually put a good amount in there, like they're pretty fun. Like they roll really nice on like a good trail. Like they're fun.
You know what's funny is we did that Alpine Valley snow race. I did awesome there, had a blast, and I think the following weekend we did a 3-man team fat bike relay race.
Oh yeah.
Me, my buddy Shane, and Steve. And it was horrible conditions, like above
Was it,
freezing,
like, muddy?
slush, nasty. And we just sprint lapped it. And we came within 15 feet of winning the 2-hour overall. Like we just got beat at the line. And it was crazy. We're like, whatever, we'll take it. The 2 dudes that beat us were like doing the fat bike nationals.
Oh yeah.
And they were like kind of pissed that like a couple bros in flannels were like
Oh yeah.
doing okay.
Yeah.
But like everyone was so confused because they were like, it's slush. How do you ride this? I was like, guys, we just got to pedal as fast as we can. Like the snow's going to move. And it paid off so big.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
But no one else was having fun. Literally, we were the only people having fun.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, guys, just pedal as fast as you can. Like it's going to move. We might fall. Nothing's going to hurt.
Yeah. You're probably pretty pumped to win that beer too, huh?
Yeah, I won beer and bacon. What else did we win? Something like a light. I think I got a headlamp too.
Nice.
Yeah. So
What else is on your list of stuff we were supposed to talk about? I was supposed to put together a list too, but I didn't. Oh, I did want to mention that as far as skate parks goes, Delavan is pretty sick now. They got new jumps and bigger quarters. And I always liked Delavan because they had bigger ramps than some of the other parks, which as I got older, I realized like bigger ramps are like a little safer sometimes at the skate park than the little ones. But also, I was talking to Tyler the other day, and they actually sourced enough skate light from an old skate park to fix all the stuff at Whitewater, because Whitewater's pretty beat right now. But they're gonna fix it up, so that's pretty cool. Which is cool because I know you're taking your son to the skate park as well. And
what do you think's the best skate parks around here for a 5-year-old? This applies to no one else in the chat. So
yeah, I think East Troy could be good just because like the pyramids, you know, there, and like I really think anywhere with a half pipe, like Muskego, like just learning how to ride quarter pipes, I think is the best thing in learning how to actually ride eventually an 8 or 10 foot wide quarter pipe, because that's very hard for somebody just starting out. So, but it's tough because I haven't been to a skate park in a long time, and I know there's some other good ones that are new that I haven't been to. I think I even think the turf could be good because it's like a lot of skate style stuff.
Have you been to turf yet?
Not to ride. I just went to look at it because I was driving by the other day.
I was actually thinking, I was like, I feel like we should do a cyclopaths there.
Yeah,
I think there's a story there.
Well,
I know there is. I know there's a story there. But yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be back on a BMX bike probably more than I want to be, more than my body wants to be. But if it means spending time with my kid, who's loving the skate parks.
Patrick Patterns, who's that?
I missed that.
Who are you people?
Johnny, yeah. No, I'm done riding for the year. I mean, I might get out on my gravel bike here and there, but today it's like 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's super cold. My wife is actually in the UP right now, and they're getting hammered with snow.
Yeah, I think that's what Chad just said.
Yep. Yeah, we're at a time we're not having a good time.
I'm a snowbird, so I'm heading south on Friday.
Yeah, I don't think I'm coming to Miami, Johnny, but
yeah, also Johnny, I feel like you don't really sell it down there, the trails down there. I could be wrong. Also, like Miami was probably one of my least favorite places I've ever been to. It's tough when you're from Wisconsin. You go somewhere that hot.
I've never been there in summer. I know
Yeah,
that.
it was rough for me.
I
And my
do
camera.
one day want to ride from Miami to Key West.
Yeah,
That's
that would be
always
pretty
been
sick.
kind of on my
Yeah.
bucket list to do
Yeah.
that ride. So maybe we get a big group.
I want an e-gravel bike for it.
Rode there in the summer, the turf, Darren. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea how I didn't go there at all. I really don't. It kind of blows my mind. Come through West Virginia. West Virginia is actually high on my list to go ride.
That's Patrick. Patrick,
Oh.
we're right by the pump track where you won the race.
That's right. What's up, Pat?
Yeah, he's moving to West Virginia into like a tiny house to work on his documentary. So might swing through there.
That's
But
cool.
it's crazy that I lived only like 5 hours from Snowshoe. Never went, and I've been through there. I was just through there the other day. Didn't have time to stop. I'm kind of bummed out about that.
Snowshoe would be really cool. Highland would be sick. I want to go back to Windrock. I actually want to ride Wildside.
Oh yeah, that
In
was
Gatlinburg.
fun. Yeah,
I actually watched some dude's video. He did the downhill race there, and I was like, dude,
let's go there next week.
oh, yeah.
Check your calendar.
Anyone want to go to Jared's or Tennessee? Oh, I was literally just saying, yeah,
So-
Wildcat or Windrock. I would love to go.
I'd like to check out Jared's. I think somebody should talk to them about their marketing and their advertising, only because like I feel so like I feel like more comfortable on my bike than ever riding big jumps and stuff. But their stuff just looks so big, and I know they got other trails, but they only market the big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should share some of the other stuff, and I think they get a lot more success because it's intimidating seeing a lot of the stuff they share.
To be honest, I liked his old property more.
Yeah. Also, the carpet. I don't know. I've heard it's kind of
Is it carpet? I thought it's asphalt.
no. It's not like carpet, but it's something they
Yeah.
created. It's
Oh,
their business, and it's like
interesting.
trail armor. It's
I
called.
hit Wildside.
But I heard it's a little slow, and it's just a different thing to ride.
Hey Walker, hit Wildside right after it opened. Yeah, I would definitely like to go to Wildside. It's good that they're finally building more around. That is Gatlinburg, right?
I don't know.
Chattanooga for home.
I remember we went to Gatlinburg, and there was all these like cool places to eat, and we ate at Pizza Hut.
Wait, what?
Remember we went there?
Yeah,
And we ended up eating at
Well,
Pizza
everything
Hut.
was-
Yeah,
yeah, because everything was
it was like
sold out
a
of
lot.
food.
Yeah, they had no food.
Chattanooga actually has a really cool. What is that? Raccoon Mountain. I've kind of always wanted to ride there. Looks like just up my alley, like kind of like backcountry, climb a mountain, kind of gnarly terrain.
Oh, in Chattanooga.
Very kind of like Pisgah
Yeah.
looking.
You know, one thing about Chattanooga that I know is that you know the store Fredericks of Hollywood.
What? No.
See, you could fit right in Chattanooga because they were an online only store for
Okay.
a long time, and then they were deciding to open physical stores, and they're like, well, we might as well open it in the place that we get our most orders from. It was Chattanooga, Tennessee. They opened their store, nobody showed up. Nobody would go into there. So it's like all these people like in the thick of the Bible Belt, and like that is the Bible Belt to me. Chattanooga, like when I've been there, like man, it's the thick of it. They're all buying this sexy lingerie, but nobody's going into the store to get it. They want to be discreet online about it.
I get it, guys.
All right. Well, I just think any place anybody's suggesting in the chat right now, we should check out. So that's my thought on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think like
You could go on a 1 month road trip with me, like I just did. I'll do it again.
I would love to. I would like to do a lot of stuff out west too. Just like, I did 2 weeks out there this summer, and it was so good, but I rode just so little because
Yeah.
I was with my family, so I didn't want to like, ditch them. But I
Yeah.
still rode a little bit, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to check out that jump line at Spirit, but it was closed the day I was there. Like they had a little bit of rain, and yeah, I was kind of bummed out about that. But
Oh, Shredshed suggests Midland, Michigan. I'll consider it.
we could take the ferry over, rent a car, go.
Do you know how much the ferry costs?
A bicycle is what you told me.
Okay, yes. Yeah, you can actually donate a bicycle once a year
Yeah.
and get a free ticket. But like to get a car over there,
Yeah, it's
Dude.
probably not cheap. Well, I don't know. How much
it's
is it?
super expensive.
Really? Because
Out of Milwaukee,
yeah.
crazy expensive.
And for what? I went on one in Uganda and it was like $3 to take the ferry with our car.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. No, this, from what I understand, if you have a car, it's like $500 round trip, I think. Maybe even more.
Or we
now.
can just rent a car or have Calvin come pick us up.
Jackson Hole, yeah. Very, very high on my list. I was in the southern part of Wyoming this year.
I was
And
in,
even that was fun.
Yeah.
Wish more people would watch
It's a
that
cool,
video.
like, it's a cool area just in general. It's like unique.
Which part?
Just like that part of Wyoming. It's just like a weird.
The part I was in?
Yeah, it's
Or
just like, it's just different from
It is
anywhere
very
else
different.
in the country. Like, it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like you're in ranch country, like for real.
Yeah, what's funny is I knew I was going there all winter, for months. I knew I was going to Wyoming, and I was like, stock my freezer up in the camper with steak.
Yeah.
You're going to where it is. And I totally forgot. I completely forgot.
I think that is a yes from Calvin that he'll pick us up when we get over there on the ferry.
Yeah, he has a van now.
Oh yeah, he was asking. Did you get a ProMaster? Did he get a ProMaster?
I don't know.
He was asking me about it.
Yeah, Miner's Revenge is cool. I actually thought about doing a Psychopaths episode on that property too. It does go through a mine.
Nice.
I kept telling myself one of these years I'm going to do the Triple Crown they do at Miners. You have to race the XC, the Enduro, and the downhill. I feel like one of these years I'll do that. But that's a lot for a weekend. An XC race, an Enduro, and a downhill.
Oh, for sure. Patrick, I'm coming down on Friday. I'm leaving, which is a great time to leave here because there's going to be a lot of snow on Saturday. Well, I don't know. You never know. They say that it will be. I'm sure there'll be some, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm heading down there for like a month, so we'll meet up, figure it out. I was really looking forward to, like a year and a half ago, I was in Portland. I was looking forward to riding there, and I met up with Bob Pergel, and he got us some e-mountain bikes from the shop he works at. And he's like, yeah, we're going to like do this like city ride or whatever. And then we're going to go do this ride. So I was like on eco mode the whole time. And then we're riding around. We do this whole like tour and everything. It was really fun. But then we were going to go to the mountain bike trails. And he's like, oh shit, I ran out of battery. I'm like, what? I still have like 90% battery. He's like, oh, I was on turbo mode the whole time. And then we didn't end up going riding.
Yeah, sure. Chad will get another video out in spring. That's about your upload schedule lately.
He's talking about the van.
No, I know.
Man,
I know.
Filming the van build, I had to stop filming mine because it was just taking too long. And I was like kind of jumping around between projects. So it was hard to like manage like a video about this. And then I was filming all out of order. And yeah, it was a mess. And I just needed to finish it because I was building it for weekend trips. And then I sold my house. So I had to live in it. So.
No, man. I think your upload schedule is in relation to just like where the sun, the Earth rotates around the sun, and Starlink satellite finally comes over like the middle of nowhere that you live in. So it's like he only gets reception. He's like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get reception this week at this time. I better upload a video.
That could be true.
Yeah, no time. It is, dude. It's insane. And we got that. Well, he's got German Shepherds. This puppy is just ruining everything. My entire schedule with everything.
Johnny, it's on YouTube. Please go watch it because YouTube's doing something weird where it's got like the highest click-through rate, the highest audience retention, and it's not sending it to anybody, like or sharing it to anybody. So check out my film if you haven't. It's called My Friend Harvey. It's about serial killers. So if you're into that, just search my friend Harvey on YouTube. But thanks for asking.
I'm gonna kill a box of cereal in the morning.
Yeah, Calvin says he's got 12 videos canned. Yeah, he just needs those moments to happen more frequently.
Sweet, someone wants your video, Andy.
Thank you. I don't know who that is. Can people just use their name like me? For real though, I appreciate you watching.
Yeah.
Somebody, well, I think it was Johnny mentioned Psychopaths. It's so tough to do those because I feel like if we were able to put one out a week or one out every 2 weeks, it would be successful. But it's such a hard thing to produce because
My goal was I wanted to do 10 a year.
yeah, but even
And I
that
can't
is
do
so
it. I
tough
can't do
because
it.
you have to like
It's
fact check and then you still get facts wrong sometimes. No, I'm just
oh
but,
yeah,
like
I screwed up one thing, but it's okay because hardly anyone watched the Ed Gein
right,
episode.
right. Well, that's what Johnny was saying. He liked that episode. Yeah, and I like
And it
all
was
of them
something
too.
you'd only know if you lived in like that area of Wisconsin. And I
technically,
caught it
it's
right after I published it. I'm like, God, you idiot! What are you talking about?
technically it's like you're not lying.
I
It's
know. It wasn't completely accurate, and I was like, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm very tired, but I want to do more Psychopaths episodes.
Yeah.
There's just no way. Like,
it's so much work.
and I don't want to do them. I really don't want to do them in Wisconsin anymore because I don't want people to think I'm just doing episodes about where I live, but it's just the only way I can do it. I have one in Chicago I want to do that I think would be really cool. There's one in DC, Washington, DC I want to do that I think would be epic.
Yeah.
I've thought about
Boston. You told me that.
Yep, I want to do Paul Revere's ride on a gravel bike.
Yep. And St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah, we have one actually pretty planned out for
Yeah.
St. Louis.
Can you hold it off for like a minute?
Yeah, I actually probably gonna have to pee
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so anyways, it's just me now. Andy's gonna go use the bathroom. But yes, the dog is actually really bad, but he is very, very cute. He is the total opposite of my last German Shepherd. Just an absolute terrorist. And I'm trying to put a lot of time and energy into him, and I don't want to because I'd rather put time and energy into my kids the way it should be. And yeah, rant over. But yeah, Psychopaths. We actually have quite a few really cool episodes that we would love to do. That's just no time. I was going to do one in Wyoming. That was actually going to be, I think, my first one that talked about aliens. I had it planned out, and it was going to be cool. Because people might not know this, but Wyoming is actually like one of the biggest hotspots for alien encounters, and there was quite a few in areas that I was riding mountain bikes in. And then, yeah, what else? There's some stuff in Colorado I want to do. I don't know. One of these days I'll have a lot of time, and I'll be able to do Psychopaths the way I want. But I hope you guys enjoy those. If you haven't watched any of them, go do it because they're fun for me to make. They're just a lot of work. I hit Copper after minors. Place was sick. I have never been to Copper Harbor, and I'm embarrassed by that.
Well, I was like a half hour away from there the other day, and I didn't go.
That's rough. I had a trip planned to go to Copper Harbor a couple of years back. Everyone going got sick, and we didn't go. And then now, every time I'm going up to the UP, I just stop in Marquette, and I don't leave.
I do have a video.
John has been really trying to get me to go there for years. It is absolutely true.
I do have a video coming out from Hancock and Houghton though, with some new trails up there that are pretty awesome actually.
I like it better than Bentonville. I've never been there, and I can tell you I like it better than Bentonville too.
See, I don't know. Like, I feel like the first time I went to Bentonville, I had so much fun, and it's like opposite of what everybody says about it. But
so you think I'm lying? It's okay. It's okay.
I think just neither one of us have really ridden everything that it has to offer either.
I'm not saying I didn't have fun there because I did. The rail yard was some of the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah,
on a bike. I loved it. And there were things that I enjoyed there. I was just like, there were so many things I was like, this is so overcooked. This is e-bike trail. This is, I don't like the way the jumps are built. Like almost any of them, there were a couple that were good. And also I was there for Bike Fest. I didn't want to be there for Bike Fest. I wanted to have everything pretty much to myself.
Yeah, I never like going for events like that.
Thunderdome was awesome. I did have fun on Thunderdome.
That's the dual slalom. Yeah.
Yep.
Kohler in general, I think, is like really fun.
Kohler was fine. I just had a hard time getting around. I didn't know exactly where I was going all the time.
We stayed there, and they have like a rad campground. You can't take your camper there though.
I know. I was going to take my camper, and I couldn't find any place to camp there. And then there was a tornado, so I'm glad I didn't take my camper. What's the big XC loop just north of there? We did that, and that was actually pretty cool. forget what it's called, but we stayed in an Airbnb that had the XC loop right out the back door. So that was really, really convenient.
You didn't get. Oh yeah, you did get flooded in. How is it always a thing when
Guess who booked the Airbnb? Andy, not this one.
You know what I'm not? I actually just had this thought about Andy. So Andy Brylow, I love riding with him. Like I really do. And then but at a certain point in our trips, he doesn't really want to ride anymore. So then we have a shuttle driver. But now he's got an e-bike. So what are we gonna do?
You know what? He's still kind of like I rode with him in Marquette. I got a whole day of riding in before him on that state hardtail that I was testing.
Oh yeah.
He rode for one full day with me, and then the next day he was like already like, all right, man, I gotta take it easy. I'm like, dude, you're on an e-bike.
Yeah.
And that trip, that was the most pedaling I've ever done.
Did he have a kidney stone or something?
No, he didn't.
Scott's here. Scott, I'm heading down there this weekend, so maybe next weekend if you're around, I got some free time. We should ride.
Yes, Johnny. That was the best. Was riding with Mike, Run Bike Mike, and Johnny. That was a lot of fun. It was cool meeting up with them. Age of Disclosure. I should probably watch that. To be honest, I'm not like crazy big into the UFO. Like, I'm not like super into it, but I love some of the stories, and hearing some of the stories, especially about like places that I was riding at. I was like, I have to do a Psycho-Pass on this. It's too crazy. So I should watch Age of Disclosure, and maybe I will.
Also,
Back 40 is the trail. You're right.
We should do a Psycho-Pass with Walker's Wild too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He's a history guy.
Yeah. History and bikes, man. Merging together.
A symbiotic relationship that the YouTube algorithm does not like.
Yeah. And honestly, it's pretty niche. Like,
but it's like because everybody who watches it likes it, and it's like I think more people would enjoy them. But
yeah, I need to figure out a way to. I don't know. I try and find the most entertaining facts and stories about these places, and some of it I am kind of legitimately blown away by. It's like Shepherd Mountain.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, super crazy that it's a bike park. It was a Civil War battle. People died on that mountain.
I'm just upset.
I almost died on that mountain.
I'm upset that you punked me while we were there.
What did I do?
In the museum.
Oh. You mentioned it, not me. Maybe one day I'll post the photo.
No, don't.
It's blackmail photo. It's a blackmail photo.
I'll get canceled for sure.
I have that photo. It's incredible. It's the best punking of a friend I've ever done. And I'll share it on Instagram tomorrow morning for Thanksgiving.
Oh man, I don't want to say what it is. It's some Dukes of Hazzard.
Should I show it? Can I show it one day? Because it's funny.
There's got to be context around it. I was tricked.
You were tricked. You had no idea what you were being set up for. But the Shepherd Mountain one was cool because I think that was the first one that I did mountain biking in. It was like the first mountain biking Psycho-Pass, and it had like cool stories.
Yeah, it says the whole country was a battlefield at some point. Yeah, true, but this there was still like
no. This is
mounds that were like the barrier for the fort, and like the cannons were there up until like pretty recently, actually, like right. And they brought them out and put them in the museum or whatever. But
yeah, I mean, literally, Shepherd Mountain was a Confederate position, artillery position.
Don't talk about it anymore. Watch the episode. It actually was pretty good. I was really sick though. That kind of bummed me out.
That's right. I do remember that.
And it was actually Thanksgiving week 2 years ago that we did that.
Camp Grant, the Atwood sits down. I will look into that. I was going to do a Psycho-Pass on Raceway because it would be somewhat short of an episode, but it's kind of a cool story that I don't think tons of people know about. The problem was I don't like to just talk about one story. I like to have like 2 or 3 storylines I can follow.
Yeah.
And it was like the only thing I could really find about Raceway Woods or that community was kind of that story.
You should also find a better guest. Your last one wasn't very good.
He just complained about the bike the whole time. He's so spotted out. Dude, how many times do you hear that?
I used to more. Like especially because like people I worked with like knew about it, but I'll bring some.
Wait. Calvin, I actually asked Calvin.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Did I
I
miss
like-
something?
I
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I took Calvin on an episode. That was one of my favorite episodes to do too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that was cool. I like the
took
part
me to
where you
literal
said
dead
that
people.
people called you gay.
I think that joke caught Calvin by surprise too. I don't think he knew what was coming.
I think he thought you were gonna out yourself.
Yes, that was the setup. It worked out perfectly because I was like, I think he's gonna immediately be like, "Oh shit," and then realize it was part of a joke.
Or was it?
You guys will never know.
How long are we doing this, by the way?
I don't know.
I feel like
I already thought that.
we could open these Pokemon cards.
Okay, we knew that.
You don't sound very excited.
No, I'm down.
Alright.
Yeah, the Marquette one.
All right. Only if
It's
people
okay,
are into
Colin,
it.
You don't have to.
Me and Colin were going to do a packed battle of Pokemon cards, so let us know if you want us to.
We can talk bikes while we're opening them too. We could.
Oh yeah, or we could talk about this Mega Venusaur that's on the cover.
Well, I do have a Charizard right here. He's
Yeah.
behind the fire.
I saw you got some gold Pokemon cards too.
Yeah, those are from Burger King back in the day.
Yeah, well, I know that.
Well, maybe some people don't. So no fat biking for you guys. No, I had a fat bike. Conditions need to be perfect for it to be fun, and conditions are rarely perfect around here. And I got sick of it pretty quick. Now I do Zwift, and if it's nice enough out, I'll go for road bike rides.
The only time I rode fat bikes was in Alaska, and I almost hit a moose.
I remember that. That's on our channel too. Yeah, I'm kind of over the fat bike thing.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people are over the fat bike thing too. I think fat bikes got really hot and there was a lot of hope, and I think they just didn't the sport didn't come to fruition as much as people thought it would.
yeah,
And I think it's just strictly conditions related.
sure.
Copper Harbor
Yeah, I
trip.
never really was like into it, so
Yeah. Well, you lived in North Carolina for a while.
yeah, but even still, like, they were around before I moved.
Bye,
I just
Calvin.
wasn't into it.
If you're still here. I use mine from now until the trails drop in spring. Yeah. Yep. I don't blame you at all. In fact, yeah, there's a big group ride at Petrifying Springs tomorrow.
Yeah, JT said I could come, but I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. Yeah. I just have
I
have too much to do. I could
Yeah,
probably
same
make the
here.
ride, but they throw a party afterwards. That's a lot of fun, and I would want to go to that too.
Yeah,
And there's just no way I can make it.
so you can drink.
No. But it's actually at Ryan's place. Ryan from Crater Camp,
Oh yeah.
and his place is unbelievable. Like the coolest backyard shop I've ever been to, not even a question.
Mhm.
And he has a Stark Varg electric motocross bike that I really want to ride. So Rockford Turkey ride at Rock Cut tomorrow. Going to be cold. Yes, it's going to be cold. I've never ridden Rock Cut.
Yeah, me either.
I actually can't talk about it. I'm confusing that with a different spot, I think. So I don't know anything. I know that Rock Cut is trails. I don't know anything about it.
There's like a sign for it on the freeway.
I think there is, yeah.
It's like a state park.
I think so.
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we should probably make it down that way. It's very basic XC stuff. Very basic XC stuff. Sounds like Milwaukee. Very, very basic XC
When
stuff.
are they building that bike park under the interchange down there? Been here, well, haven't heard about it in a while, but that was a big topic for a while. What happened to that?
I mean, from what I heard, this is just what I heard, that was all basically just nonsense from the start. That was excuses to clean up the homeless people. And I don't know if you remember this, but the Democratic National Convention was coming, and they were trying to like create buzz around new things that they were doing in the community to just make it seem like we're just doing a bunch of shit.
Oh, so they thought it was a cool idea. They just didn't actually want to do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of ideas that are floated, and it's always big things coming, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like things actually happening.
Well, I know the bike parks for kids was involved with that, and then they're not really a thing anymore either. So.
Dude, if I got a group of friends together, we could build something in 2 nights
Yeah.
under that bridge. That would be fun.
Dude, I'm all about it. Let me sit in the
I should-
machine and just crank it out. And like I
I
don't
did
know,
that-
I've learned how to build trails a good bit. But
I did that illegal cyclocross race under there a couple of years back. It was so fun. It was they were doing it every year the day after Thanksgiving, and they stopped doing it 2 years ago. It was so fun. It was just an illegal cyclocross race, 2 hours. Bring a headlamp. They set up the course illegally. So much fun.
yeah, it looked
so much
cool.
fun.
Like there was a lot of hype around it, and yeah, it looked fun.
Yeah, we rode from like I don't know 9 until 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Cold as balls. Headlamps, just illegal track setup. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. I guess we should probably start wrapping it up. We've been on here a while. Does it say 100 minutes ago?
An hour and a half since after our technical difficulties.
Yeah, we had a lot of
about
technical
an hour and a
difficulties.
half.
I don't know. We should do these more.
Yeah. At least every Blackout Wednesday, the Ace Bike Media Blackout Wednesday annual live stream.
Annual live stream, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we could. It was easier to do this than like to record a podcast, I guess.
Yeah. I'm glad we did this. We were going to do a podcast tonight, but we were like, you know what? Let's get some people involved, and we'll talk. There were some other topics I had, but we can save them for another time.
All right, at least open these Pokemon
toss
cards.
me a
They'll make
pack
me
of Pokemon
feel
cards?
better.
How are we doing this?
I specifically got the Venusaur pack. Those are the lucky ones. Even going back to base set.
All right.
What amateur over there?
I didn't buy a
So-
van off Pokemon cards.
Hey, that still could be a good video. So you want Mega Gardevoir or Mega Lucario? Those are the ones.
Okay.
Do we?
I missed out a rad day at Heritage. When? Last weekend? Yeah,
I was there.
I was not. I wish I was.
All right, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go like this. You gotta show everybody. Oh, I got
What am I?
something.
Can I go through all of them?
I just did
Oh, okay. What am I looking for?
Mega Lucario or Mega Gardevoir.
I got
Nothing.
an Alakazam.
I got this Shindinja.
You got a sick Alakazam.
Let me see that. No, that's just a basic. I won.
Whatever. Yeah.
I think you should give these to your daughter.
Okay, I'll give. Okay, well, yeah, 70-degree day. I was burnt out. I had leaves to do. I had a lot of stuff to do. I do think I snuck away to go to the skate park for a minute with my son, but that was it. And that's
Oh yeah, I
okay.
saw that drone footage. Actually, it was pretty cool. Yeah, so I actually wasn't there. I was there the week before when they got gassed.
Yeah. Shockingly, I only went to Heritage once this year, and that was on Father's Day. And I just rode with my kids. My wife did a lap with us, which was cool. Pretty much hit nothing. Didn't do any of the fun shredding. I'm selling all my bikes, haven't ridden in months.
That's a direct. He said that to me the other day.
I was in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood. I'll keep my gravel bike.
Wanted to do that this whole time.
Yeah, that one doesn't work up there.
Oh shit! Can you turn it off?
Yep.
That'll be our outro.
Yeah, I'll keep my gravel bikes and my Zwift bike. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I thought you weren't doing Zwift this year. You told me.
Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so tired and just burnt out. But I'm trying to do some videos again. So my dog's going nuts upstairs.
Probably let him out.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Sweet. Thanks everybody who
Thanks
came to
for
hang out.
Yep. Thanks for showing up. And yeah, we'll do one of these again, maybe sooner than later.
And if you're going out tonight, be safe.
Yes. Get some cheese curds. All right, guys. Have fun.
All right. See you guys.
Might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now.
How do I stop this? See you guys.